Hello everyone, my name is Jamin. Thanks so much for visiting my channel. In this video, I have a Precision 5520. I'm going to show you how to get inside, access your storage. So first thing, power down your computer, make sure that it's off and unplugged from your charger. We're then going to flip your computer over to access the bottom case screws. Now this computer has a total of 10 screws around the outside edge. You also need to use a small flat pry tool near the blue arrow to pop this panel up, where you will find two additional screws. After taking all those screws out, you're going to take a small flat pry tool. It's generally best to start near one of the back two corners. You're going to pry up the bottom case from the rest of the computer. You're going to work your way down the sides to the front. Be careful not to put the pry tool too far in. You could damage some internal components. Just keep it on the edge. Go nice and slow but firm, and you'll be able to get that bottom case off. After you do, this is what you're looking at for the inside of your computer. Now, as a general computer repair side note, whenever I'm working on a computer in my shop, it's sitting on an anti-static mat. Either that or an anti-static bracelet are great ideas to avoid damaging anything in your computer when you're working on it. If you would like any help with tools or supplies for your computer project, as well as any of the replacement and upgrade parts for this specific model computer, I will have a link above, also below in the description, and it will be a list of all the tools and supplies, as well as the replacement and upgrade parts for this computer. Now, before touching anything in a computer, it's always best to unplug your battery first. Computers are safer to work on when as little power as possible is running through them. The battery is right here, runs along the bottom of my screen. The battery is held in by screws next to the red arrows and plugs into the motherboard near the blue arrow. To unplug it from the motherboard, you would pull the plug down out of that port. However, be careful when pulling on wires or cables in a computer. If you pull too hard, you could damage them, and sometimes you could pull them right out of the plug. So if at all possible, just manipulate the plug as much as you can. Use a pry tool or your fingernails to wiggle that out of that port so you don't damage the wires. As far as storage, this section of your computer has two different storage ports. The red arrow is pointing at your M.2 solid state drive. This is the talking intro. This is the larger 2280 size drive. You remove the screw near the blue arrow, and then you can pull that drive out of the green arrow port. Many of you will have either a 256 gigabyte drive or a 500 gigabyte drive stock in this computer. So what I'll do below in that link I told you about with all of the tools and supplies and parts for this computer, I will have a 500 gigabyte solid state drive if you're looking to just replace yours but not spend more than you have to. But I will also have an upgraded 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte, and a 4 terabyte drive to fit into that port if you want to upgrade. This red arrow is pointing towards a port on your motherboard for a ribbon cable that can be used to connect an additional 2.5-inch SATA hard drive or solid state drive. If you have the smaller battery size, then you'll have an empty, unused area of your computer right under that solid state drive where you can put a 2.5-inch SATA drive there. So below in that link with all of those replacement and upgrade parts, I will include several solid state drives that would fit into that SATA port, but I'll also include several hard drives that will fit into that SATA port. For the solid state drives, I will have a 450 gigabyte, a 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte, and 4 terabyte size. And for the hard drives, I will have a 500 gigabyte, a 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte, and 4 terabyte. And one quick word of advice about how to manage your storage, especially when money is a factor. A lot of people find it beneficial to use a smaller solid state drive paired with a larger hard drive, because as you know, solid state drives are more expensive than hard drives. So what they'll do is they'll take a small solid state drive, maybe 500 gigabytes or smaller, and they'll use that to run their operating system, which ensures that their computer generally runs very quickly. And then for their second storage port, they'll spend the money on a much larger hard drive, maybe 2 terabyte, 4 terabyte, for their long-term bulk storage. So again, just one suggestion on a way that you can operate storage if money is a factor. And if you were interested in learning more about the difference between hard drives and various kinds of solid-state drives, there will be a video link below in the description, and that will be kind of a quick intro into how they're different from each other, when you may want one over the other. And lastly, as long as you're in your computer, check out near the blue arrows, this is your RAM. RAM is a large part of your computer's speed and performance ability. And this computer has a good amount of RAM upgrades available. If you want more information on how to upgrade this RAM, check out the video that pops up when this one's done, and I'll explain more about that. If you have any questions, check out the FAQs below in the description. It could save you some time getting an answer. If you do need to leave me a question or comment, please feel free. I try to check those a couple times a day at least. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I look forward to seeing you on my next video.